Hello, the World Championship match has started and it was very interesting games here. They've played 3 games so far and I'm going to show 2 of them here. One in this video and one in next, of course. So first game, Gukesh is white and Liren is black, and they play an interesting opening here. Gukesh can play both e4 and d4, but Liren surprises with the French defense, and he said that it was his trainer Ricard Laporte who plays the French. He has some famous games against Magnus where Ricard Laporte plays the French. So Liren played it, and first it looked like it was not going to be a success for Liren. And here, of course, white has a lot of moves here: e5, knight d2 or knight c3. And here black has bishop b4 or knight f6. And here, yeah, of course, white can play bishop g5, but he played e5 and then f4 here. And f4 was a little bit surprising, because there's 2 ways to play for white. Often when white plays f4, and here then they usually play like this. And then maybe bishop here, queen here, and maybe castle long like that. Because if you want to play like he does now, they used to start like this, and something like this, and it's the same. But you don't. With this move order, he allows black to take here. But it seems like the computer is not very afraid of that, because the reason why you would play c3 instead of f4 is so you could recapture with a pawn, but maybe it's better anyway to recapture with the knight. So interesting that he didn't play this one. I think this looks bit logical for black to play like this and destroy the white pawn chain, but he allowed that, and for some reason Liren did not take. And on c4 and the d4, and the computer doesn't like that, so the computer knows better than me, of course. So what's happening here then is that we get a typical French position. This is one of the main lines, and here for some reason Liren, he started to think for half an hour, and that was a big surprise. It looked like he was very badly prepared. If he doesn't see is very badly prepared, if he doesn't know, this is one of the most normal positions in the French. Even I has seen it and knows quite a bit about this position. So he fought for more than half an hour, but we can see that he won this game. But in the next game he was also thinking a lot in the opening, and this game here, game 3 of the match, he actually lost on time because he got so little time, because for some reason they don't usually you get 30 seconds per move, but in this match they decided that you only get that after move 40, so he lost on time in second game, even if it was in a losing position. But his time management, both in this game and the game that he lost, Liren's time management here was very, very bad, because he said that the reason in the interview after they were asking why did you think so long, so he said that they prepared two ways to play here for black, and he was thinking which one should I play, should I play this variation he played or another that they prepared. He didn't say what that was, but what he played here was a5, and he got quite a nice position here. Point was that he wanted to go here, and here with the queen. Was his plan, and sometimes in the game he did a3 and he undermined the pawn chain here. Nimzowitsch said that you should undermine the pawn chain at the base. So Nimzowitsch would have liked Liren's plan here to undermine the pawn chain at the base. In Nimzovich's system, he doesn't like a move like f6. An alternative here for black is to play f6 and maybe take that, but Nimzowitsch said that you should not attack the pawn chain at the front, you should attack the base. So it's correctly played here by Liren according to Nimzovic's teachings. So this is kind of normal moves for white here to play. Like he needs to castle and here, like if white had one more move castle, then like his problems are over here on the queen side. So it's correct for Liren to play a3 here, even if the computer say also used b5, b4 or something like that could be fine also. But it made some sense to me that he's attacking the pawn chain here before white has castled. So this works tactically for white, because white can play, like, it's not good for him to take here, for example, because he could take like this, and it's already big problems here for white. For example, if he plays like this, then he allows this check, and if he doesn't, and if plays like this, then a line here like g5 is very strong now with the bishops are changed. And again, like Nimzovic said, he's attacking the pawn chain at the base, not at the front. So this is according to Nimzovic's teachings. He has attacked the pawn chain here at the base, and now he's attacking the pawn chain here at the base, and he ruins white's center. So because of these problems, it's correct to not take it, but instead play b3. And the point, we see the point here that now he has this in between move here, b4, and there is no tactics here for black. For example, if he takes here twice, then white can just retreat with a bishop. So black has to go back, but it's still fine for black, because this has been some weakening of white's king side. So black has enough counterplay. So one would think maybe it would have been smarter here instead of, because it's quite obvious here that black wants to play a3. So instead of bishop g2, maybe white should play a3 himself to prevent this counterplay, which looked, because of how nice counterplay black got in the game. I think next time white should probably play a3 here and not attack black to allow black to attack the pawn chain here. So we got into this position here, and this white like this position, but black has something to be happy about, especially the weaknesses here, white weaknesses here, because what black does not want to do is that he doesn't want to be passive on the queen's side, maybe castle, because then white could castle, maybe queen here, rook here, and then start attacking with f5 and f6 and stuff like that. And it sometimes it could be very, very dangerous for black. But now, because it's not easy for white to make f5, because this pawn on e5 is hanging, so it's just not so easy for white to create to play f5 here. Of course, maybe he can do it now, but I don't think so, because he can take like this, and it looks good for black. But like in the future, in the long run, this position still has potential for white if white can finish the development. So black does the correct thing here. There is this book by Dorfman. He said like often in chess, it's one side has like a structural advantage, and here it's probably white that has the structural advantage. He could do maybe f5, so it's correct for black to start counterplay immediately and not just wait. So he does that with knight b6 and then knight c4. So it's correct to, and here he starts to play some quite good move, in my opinion, here where he starts to, he tries to get in on the queen side, and then he will try to trade queens, as we will see here shortly. So play bishop here, that's a fine move, and then it's logical here for white to play queen here, preparing to play f5. Maybe queen here, rook here, and then f5. Then this is protected enough. So here black takes here, and like looks logical to take like this, but the computer doesn't like it because you can't defend this. So this is correct here. And if white tries to get some kind of counterplay here, as we can see, the computer, if black plays correctly something like this, black gets enough counterplay here. For something like this is something that I would look at if I were white here. But as we can see, the computer is not so impressed here. But something like this looked is what I would think. This could maybe be interesting for white, but the computer doesn't think so. He thinks black, because of nice rook and nice knight and relatively safe position here, that this is white is not ready to go for an attack yet. So Gukesh realized that, so he took with the knight. I also thought maybe taking with the bishop was interesting to prepare this move. And